So hi there. I'm joined by Gilly. Gilly was Player Bishop. It's actually Gilly Thompson because you got married quite a while ago now. And Gilly launched Every Drop is Precious with me almost 10 years ago. Can you believe it? I know we've survived. This is the second in conversation with me, Tamsin Johnson, owner of Every Drop is Precious. And yeah, so welcome, Gilly. Thank you for joining me.
Well, it's a real pleasure, and I genuinely mean that. Who could have believed that 10 years on you'd be just doing so incredibly well? I can't tell you how proud I am of you and of the business, and it's just great to see it going from strength to strength. And I love the new branding, by the way.
Oh, good. Yes, I'm glad you noticed. Yeah, no, it has changed somewhat. When you look back at the first designs, you sort of actually, to be honest, I just sort of cringe and just think, oh, really, was that okay 10 years ago? But actually, that's how times change, isn't it? And it's things evolve, and that's just part and parcel of life. But
yes, because 10 years ago, we would never have been doing a Zoom meeting like this, would we? In fact, we never heard of Zoom. In fact, wasn't Zoom a lollipop? I think Zoom was a lollipop.
Was it? I don't know. I'm not that old.
Take it from me, who is that old? Zoom is a lollipop.
but it's I mean, yeah, looking back, so over the last 10 years, actually, when I think about how much water technology has changed, I mean, is it at the forefront of your mind now? So do you find that your friends and family talk about water saving? I mean, especially given the ever increasing pricing for energy. It's I mean, it's obviously in the headlines a lot at the moment, and it's something that we're all going to have to think about and budget for. So is that something that sort of is something you've spoken to your friends and family about?
Yeah, I think it's one of those really interesting issues where you have a lot of people that will tell you that they're eco warriors, particularly younger people, that they're very interested in the environment. And so I will always say to them, so do you ever think about your water? And I don't mean your water works. I mean, actually water that comes out of the tap. And it's surprising because people just look at you very blankly. And I think it's still an area of life that most people, we are so blasé in this country that we just go to the tap, turn it on, go to the shower, leave it running. And actually people just don't understand the implications of that. And you're quite right that education is really important in these areas. And the products that Every Drop is Precious sell are just so key and so easy. It takes 2 minutes to put on a little device that can just save you water, save you energy on your bills. They're just brilliant, absolutely brilliant devices, but people still don't know about them.
Yeah, and I think it took you all of 30 seconds to convince me that it was the right business to set up, because originally we were going to set up something completely different together, weren't we? Yeah, and I find it fascinating, actually. So I actually had another customer get back to me this week. So I'm constantly, it's the innovation that really excites me, and it's how can we incorporate water saving into everyday products that are actually incredibly useful. And yeah, so I had another customer contact me this week who asked or said that they want to attach the kitchen swivel stream and spray tap aerator. So the one which you just screw onto the end of the tap, yep. And then you can twizzle it round, yep, so that you can rinse all your coffee.
Wash out the sink. Yep.
Then you've got the choice between the stream and the spray, but they wanted to attach that to the quick fit. So then they've got this clever little device on the end of their tap where they can attach a garden hose, a hose pipe, a water filter, all kinds of different products to it. And that sort of gets my cogs going, and then it's right, okay, so where do we go after this? So I've managed to get, I think, 4 or 5 different products now to fit to the quick fit, which is good. And that's where talking to people and customer feedback is really important, because then you can find the next innovative product. Because I remember when we brought out the quick fit, so actually we did that together, didn't we? We had what we called a pet wash adapter at the time, where it was just it was a screw-on adapter, so that you could attach a shower hose to a bathroom tap to wash your dog or wash your baby. And it was actually through a conversation that I had with somebody else that then got us onto the quick fit and said, well, what would happen if we could get one? It would be great if we could get one product that fitted on the tap permanently, and you could only slide it on and off. So of course that's where that came in. And it's
I remember
interesting to
those
see the development over the time, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that sometimes people don't appreciate the simple things actually work. You know, when they think about the environment and ecology and saving money, they think they have to go and spend fortune. Whereas actually you're talking about just a few pounds and 5 minutes of your time, maybe not even 5 minutes of your time. So anybody that's watching this, please have a look at some of the wonderful videos. There are some very funny ones from the archive of when Tamsin and I very first were doing this. But
I'm not embarrassed at all.
She's made, I think I am. She's made some really brilliant ones subsequently. But please have a look, because, you know, they are super little products, and it is a mystery that really every household hasn't cottoned on to these things. And the shower heads as well, you know, what an easy fit. Anyone can twist off a shower head and put a new shower head on, and you know, why wouldn't you?
Well, I think that's it, actually. So certainly with shower heads and shower hoses, it didn't even occur to me, you know, up until sort of 10 years ago, that it was that you could just change the shower head and the shower hose and actually have a better experience and, you know, save water. And then you've got wipe clean nozzles on the shower heads. So for people who live in hard water areas, which I think you do, don't you? It's yeah, it's easier. But I didn't realize that you could just unscrew it and then replace the whole thing without having to rip your whole bathroom out. So that's the whole point of these products. Yeah, that they're retrofit.
And tell me, how are you getting on with the toilet seats and the water saving washing seats? How's that coming on?
Yeah, well, actually really well. It's I mean, I've been a big believer in this product, not only because I genuinely prefer to use a Lavellino, which is a toilet seat with an integrated bidet function. So people say to me, actually, well, how is that saving water? Well, actually, when you think about it, it uses the most or the smallest amount of water that you can for washing, and it saves you having to get in the shower. And of course it's a lot more hygienic, which is really important, especially at the moment, given that we've been going through this pandemic. But they're very easy to retrofit, no electricity required, which is quite rare these days.
Great.
Yeah, and the water supply comes directly from the cistern. But no, they are selling incredibly well, actually, which I'm very pleased about. But I've been a big believer in this product, and it's something that I prefer to use over not using it. I don't know. I think a lot of people think that they're a bit too advanced. You know, it's an electronic, or it's actually not an electronic toilet seat, but I think a lot of people have heard of the Toto toilets, which of course is where we first met. And they are the all singing, all dancing electronic toilet seats. This is a retrofit seat, which you can fit to your existing pan. So the toilet seat that you already have, you simply remove the toilet seat that you have, and you fit this one on. And I've genuinely fitted these myself. It is not difficult to do, no plumbing skills required, which was always a big selling feature.
Well, that was why we loved it, because we could both do it.
Because we could do it. Yeah, exactly. That was the whole point.
If we could do it, then anyone could do it.
Yes. Well, actually,
I think they're a brilliant product, and you know, really wish you well with them. I initially, when somebody said to me all those years ago, you know, get involved with toilet seats that wash and dry you or wash you, and I remember just thinking that is so wacky. But actually I absolutely love mine, and I think,
and I know you still have it.
I still have it. Yeah, your
first room I go to if ever I come to visit you.
Your products are just brilliant and so cost effective as well.
Yeah, they really are. And
great value for money.
Well, funnily enough, I've had a few plumbers recently. They've actually just bought supplies, just purely for their toolbox. So I've met a couple of plumbers around here recently that have put that have bought the turbo drain unblocker. So it's, instead of using Mr. Muscle or a plunger, and this is a genuine story. I met somebody in Scarborough who had a blocked sink for 2 years. I mean,
that's a bit sad.
Obviously a boy. and actually I said, right, this is the perfect time to trial this new product that I have. So I screwed it on. So I unscrewed the tap aerator, screwed the the new drain unblocker on, fed the tube down into the plug hole, and then turned the water on. And it's the motion and the water pressure that clears the blockage. So you don't need harsh chemicals, which of course are horrible for the environment. And Mr. Plunger, it just takes up way too much effort. And obviously it didn't work anyway. And this genuinely cleared it in 5 seconds. So it's a great little bit of kit.
Is that hot or cold water, Tamsin?
Oh, well, it's just fitting onto a monoblock. So if you've got a mixer you literally
and it doesn't matter what you put down it's just the pressure. Yeah,
it's literally just the pressure, the water from your tap that you turn on.
I will volunteer for one of those. That sounds like a great plan.
They're really, really handy just to have in the house, especially for, I mean, the examples I use are for B&Bs and hotels and what have you. So if you've got just this one drain unblocker, it can unblock a shower tray that's blocked, or a basin or a kitchen sink, and they're just really useful to have on standby in case something goes wrong.
Brilliant.
So yeah, it's all about sort of water saving and the technology and the innovation behind it. The practicality,
and just making life easier as well for people. I mean, I love the pet wash. It's still my favorite product. I just love the little handle. I love the on off, and you can use it for so many different things. Easy to either just change a shower head if you want to do a real good different type of wash around. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant product. I mean, I just think every household should have one, and they could just keep it in the shower, or and if you've got pets, that it is brilliant.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we've actually, since I was working with you, it was where we had the pet wash, and you used to have to unscrew them to put the pet wash on and put a normal shower head on, one that you don't have to hold down all the time, because obviously there are times when you just want a shower and you want the lever down all the time.
Yes, of course.
So to be able to interchange between the on-off thumb lever shower head and a normal shower head, we've got this little gadget where you can just and it literally screws on, really easy piece of kit, and bit genius, I think. So you screw one little adapter on the shower hose, one on the shower head, and then you can interchange really easily.
Oh,
so
that's great.
Just a click job.
A really good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like a brilliant development, because that was the only issue with it, wasn't it? Was that you did have to just hold it down all the time if you wanted it on.
Yes, absolutely.
It sounds like a great plan.
So actually, one little thing that I did want to talk to you about, and that was our lovely friend Karsten, who is my supplier in Germany, and who you've been mates with for, dare I say, 30 years? 15 years. Okay, well, I was way off then. Okay, 15 years. Are you sure?
Feels like 30.
It feels like, yeah. But of course, we all met at Toto, didn't we? But it was and I mean, I know we're all still in contact today, aren't we? But it was a no-brainer for us, wasn't it, when he offered us the rights to this brilliant product line and new and innovative products coming out all the time.
Karsten's just a lovely guy, and he just rang up, didn't he? And he said to me, "Oh, Gilly, I have this fantastic product. It's so brilliant." And he was explaining this product to me on the phone, and I was just thinking, Karsten, honestly, what is this thing? And anyway, then you and I flew over to Düsseldorf, and we had a look at the products and just went, actually, it really was a no-brainer. They were just brilliant. We loved them, didn't we, from the first moment, even though we had no idea quite how we were going to, go forward. But actually everything has gone really well, and I know I said it at the beginning, but I say it again, for the business to be here after 10 years, that is credit to you and your passion for it and keeping on, hanging on in there. And I am really excited for where the future's looking like it's going to take you. Seriously, Diane, the branding is great and the products are superb. So you've got quality, you've got the German quality there, good supply chain, nice people to deal with. And actually that's something, the customer service that both you and I used to offer and now you still offer is terrific. I mean, the way that, we love our customers and the way you love your customers is a credit to you.
Thank you. It's really important to me, because I like to treat people how I'm treated, and it's and Actually, yeah, one of the reasons we're a bit later doing this Zoom call, not that anybody would know, is that of course I had a phone call to say, actually, Tamsin, is there any chance you can dispatch my order in the next 20 minutes because I need it tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem, let's get on it.
Absolutely. And we've had some really funny conversations with customers, haven't we, over the years? And I'm sure you've had plenty more funny conversations.
Yeah,
but people
absolutely.
are lovely. And I remember that we used to get comments all the time, didn't we, about, oh, it's so nice to deal with you guys. And it's important in this day and age where actually everything is anonymous, that you are the face of the business, and a lovely face of the business, and actually a really nice person. And you know, that is all credit to you, because it's hard work keeping a business going, and you know, good on you.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. It is hard work, yeah, and especially hard work given sort of, if I look back when I first started having children, for that matter, and sort of trying to juggle a business and children at the same time is no mean feat, is it? It's a hard thing to do, and I think all of us have more or less got used to working from home and Zooming now, with the exception of you, probably. You know, you're not great with technology. Yeah, but
it doesn't mean I like it. It doesn't mean I like it, but I'm kind of here. I'm on with it.
Tell me, can you ever walk into a hotel or a B&B without looking at a tap now?
I'm just one of those really rather sad people. I'm afraid it's bathrooms, it's cisterns, it's taps, it's showers. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, and actually, even to telling people, you know, you should contact this company called Every Drop is Precious. You can save yourself lots of money on your taps.
So what your favourite product is? The on-off shower head?
Yeah, it certainly was, although I love the sound of this drain blockbuster thing.
I love it. Really, I love it. Yes.
That does sound really good. Yeah. I like the sound of that. Oh, and actually, I love the kitchen swivel thing too. In fact, I like all our products, but the kitchen swivel thing was brilliant.
Well, that was just it. Certainly with the on-off shower head, I know when we went out to Germany, we came up with about 15 or 20 uses for it, didn't we? And I'm actually collecting a little list of all the uses for all the different products now, because the array of uses is incredible. I mean, certainly with the quick fit, we had some, I know I mentioned it last time, it was somebody used it to clean out their colostomy bag, which I thought was actually really nice of them to tell us. And it was but that was certainly a use that I wouldn't have needed to experience.
I don't think we came up with that in our brainstorming.
No, we wouldn't have come up with that one. No. But I love it when they come in, and when customers come in and they ask me to find a solution for them, and that's that's where my niche comes in, is that I do my very best to try and satisfy their problem.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's really good.
Yeah, but the product range is growing and growing, and I'm finding that they're becoming increasingly popular, including the Lavellino shower toilet. Are you familiar with the water filter that's come out? That also retrofits to the quick fit. So it literally is, it's a water filter that's sort of a bit like a disc, and it just slides into the quick fit. So you can literally have filtered water instantly on tap. And
you haven't been doing your job, because you need to send me some of these so that I can be doing my bit for you.
I do
In fact, we're getting together soon, aren't we? So you can show me, and then I can still be out there waving the flag.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, it's not going to stop, is it? And it's so what would you say is the one thing that we can all do as consumers? So we're at home. What is your best water saving tip? Apart from buying Every Drop is Precious tap aerators, shower heads and shower hoses, what would be your number one top tip for saving water?
Well, you know, it probably sounds ridiculous. Obviously, get your tap aerators changed and your shower heads changed, because it's just such a simple thing to do. And anyone that says they're concerned about water saving, really, you know, you're not, if you don't do this, because it is the simplest thing in the world to do.
Yeah.
I think that the old, you know, brick in the cistern for those old, because there's still a lot of old cisterns that are out there, toilet flushing cisterns. And I know it's not a brick anymore, it's some sort of plastic pouch that you can put in the cistern to reduce the amount of water in the flush. Yeah. I think that
toilet. A lot of people don't realise you can. Actually, it's fairly easy to fix, and you can tell if your toilet's leaking. You just you wait until the cistern's filled back up again, you put a little piece of toilet paper on the back, and then you can see if the toilet paper gets wet, if it's leaking or not, because you've got no way of knowing. You're not going to stand by the toilet all day, are you?
And the other thing, which is funny, and it's probably only happened because of Every Drop is Precious, is I did used to be one of those people that would always fill the kettle up almost full, even though I was only just making a cup of tea for myself. And if you're like me and you drink loads in the day, and people are at home so much more, please try and think about a way of just filling the kettle with what you're actually going to need to boil. Now, that's not just water saving, that is energy saving.
Yes.
Because it's a big deal. And when you think about, I probably have, I don't know, 15 cups of hot drinks a day. So if I'm constantly filling my kettle up and I'm doing it so that it's 4 cups every time and I'm only drinking 1, you can just do the maths yourself. So they're just simple little things, but they could make a really big difference.
Yeah, I think it's just tiny habits, isn't it? I know I certainly used to do that. Actually, I have a boiling water tap now, so I don't have to do that because I drink so much. It takes me just a few seconds to get a cup up. But yeah, absolutely. I think it's just very small changes and changes of habit, isn't it? So if you're brushing your teeth, remember to turn the tap off. I mean, that's been around for donkey's years. One of my favourites is I have a condenser dryer, tumble dryer. So when I'm obviously using it, and I have to in this weather for certain things, you know, baby clothes and what have you, actually the water that's collected, I always sort of water the plants with it, or I'll find a use for it because it's perfectly good water. It's just it's been extracted from the clothes, so it's not like it's dirty water. But absolutely. I think the one big topic that I really want to crack down on this year is being able to reuse or using grey water to flush your toilets, because I think it's bonkers in this day and age that that people are still using the water that we would drink from a glass to flush their toilet with. It just makes no sense. So I'm going to cover that in another conversation with somebody else, but it's just, I think we are living in very sort of dated times in terms of looking after our water and just expecting it to be there. And we all need to be a little bit more grateful for it, I think.
And actually, on that point, when we get together, then we must talk about that, because I was looking at that 15 years ago, and so I've got loads of data on that and information. So totally agree. It is ridiculous that we use clean drinking water to flush our toilets. Completely bonkers.
It is.
So I'm very excited for the business and very excited for you, and look forward to seeing what new things you're going to come up with next.
Well, hey, but thank you for the opportunity, Gilly. I wouldn't be here today. Yeah, so it's probably you I have to tell off for being here today. What am I doing selling toilets? That was never part of the dream.
But no, thank you, isn't it?
But thank you. You know, you really did help me, and you taught me everything I needed to know, and you gave me the push that I needed to run my own little business, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So it's thank you, big thank you to you, and thank you for joining me today.
It's an absolute pleasure, and all the very best. Love you lots.
Take care. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.